trip behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Paul Mash TV. Paul Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up for you in just a moment. But before we begin, don't forget, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and the bell down below you there. And anytime a new episode comes your way, you'll be notified. And feel free to leave a comment on the comment section if you'd like. And you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. And you can also comment on things you see there and send us an inbox. We'd love to hear from you there. And you're always free to send us an email. It's paulmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And if you're a band or a solo artist that want to be on the show, just send us an email there. Or if you're just simply a fan, we love fan mail as well. So send us a fan letter and we'll get back to you. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Portland, Oregon today, for the second time on our show, we have M. Strange, and he's got some new things he wants to talk to us about, so I'm sure you'll be interested in that. So let's get right to the interview. It starts right now. Okay, here we are with the interview again, and with us from Portland, Oregon, we have M. Strange, and he's back with us for a second time on the show. Thanks for coming back on the show, M. Strange.
Hey, thanks for having me back, man. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here. So tell us a little bit about what's been going on since last time you're on the show. I know you got a lot of things going on, so maybe you can share some of that with us.
Yeah, so over the last well, since I've been on the show last, sorry about that. Since I was on the show last, I have been on tour in Washington with Luther X and some other local artists from up in that like the Sela area, Eastern Washington. We're moving down into Oregon now for April, and then in March we're going to be hitting in California and just turning it into a full West Coast tour. And hopefully that's going to be something that is going to yield some really beneficial results, and something that we can actually just kind of keep going consistently, and being able to put on other independent talent, and just really being able to lift other artists up, because that's what I'm about.
Okay, well that's good. I think you said you had a few artists that were going to be with you on that tour.
Yeah, Luther X for one. Clicked Up Entertainment's going to be performing with us, so we're performing again our last show in Washington this Wednesday at the Pastime in Sela, before we're headed back down south into the Portland area. And yeah, so that's going to be me, Luther, Clicked Up, and I mean, we got a really dope lineup of a bunch of artists coming out, and really hope to see a whole bunch of people turn out to that show.
Okay, that sounds good. So I'm sure you'll have all the concert dates and the times and all that on your website or Facebook page or whatever. So
yep, you can find all that on my Facebook, Mike Sounds on Facebook, or M Strange. You can look me up either way. Yeah, and then so yeah, that's the 23rd in Sela at the Pastime. The show starts at 8 p.m. So be there.
Okay, well, go check that out, and I think we can still find all your music on all the streaming platforms.
Absolutely.
So go check that out if you'd like, and I'm sure he would love you for that. And we're getting ready to watch this music video in just a moment. It's called Rust, I think. Sounds self-explanatory, but tell us a little story about that song.
So Rust is kind of like the spiritual successor to my song Addict. It's kind of like Addict Part 2. To me, it acts as the bookend to that chapter, that story of my life. I've been clean off of methamphetamine now for a little over 6 years, 6 years as of this last October. And I mean, I don't see any signs of slowing or going backwards. But even though I can't see it, it doesn't mean that, that I'm infallible. And, I've had relapses here and there, and Rust is just kind of about my feelings over one of my more recent relapses. But I mean, that's the thing about really growing, through addiction is that, every time, at least, and this is just the way it works for me personally, is that every time I do relapse, it's longer in between relapses, and the binges don't last as long, because I just know it's not for me. So, Rust is really just kind of me bearing myself and just being really honest about my feelings, just about life and about how my addiction affects a lot of my choices and affects my actions. And I mean, honestly, it's a cry for help, not just for me, but for anybody that's addicted. And it really is also kind of an anthem to, let people know, like, you're not alone. You're not an alien in how you feel.
Okay. Well, it is a great song, and I know everyone's dying to hear that, and we'll get to that in a second. But before we do, thank you so much for all the updates. And if you ever want to come back a third time, obviously, just let us know, and we'll have you back on again.
All right, I will do. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you and your time.
Yeah, no problem. And here it is, Rust by M. Strange, and it starts right now.
I heard some strange sound. I tried hard for a long time, but a clear mind just doesn't feel right. I've been reading between little white lines. Do you believe me when I say that I'm fine? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, shattered in fragments, covered in rust. Can you read between the little white lines? Can you help me before I'm lost in my mind? I came down to the crossroads, hoping the devil could lighten my load. Never really been one for the sheepfold, never really could do what I'm told, yeah. My soul has been compromised, Lucifer has got me locked up in her lies. Am I the victim of my own device? Am I the author of my own demise? I tried hard for a long time, but a clear mind just doesn't feel right. I've been reading between little white lines. Do you believe me when I say that I'm fine? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, shattered in fragments, covered in rust. Can you read between the little white lines? Can you help me before I'm lost in my mind? Why do I do this every time? Shit starts to get harder, start chasing a line. I wish I was done, I just wanna go numb. Smoking and drinking until I go dumb. Sipping, I kick back, my feet in the air trying to hit that. I'm rolling up blunts from a big bag. I'm smoking on dubs with a zigzag. My mind's an evil place, I run but there's no escape. Temptation to fate, I try to clean the slate, but all of my sorries are fake. Like, can you relate to loving the thing that you hate? The way that it smells, the way that it